The absolute greatest hypocrisy facing the United States of America today is the number of children and women who have been abused and accosted by religious men from the Southern Baptist churches, from the Catholic churches, from Mormon churches, and from every other denomination. And then these same religious men, whether they are the culprits, whether they are complicit, or whether they cover it up, have the unmitigated gall to present themselves to this nation as the moral authority on human sexuality, such that they have obtained political power to be able to tell you what you can and cannot do with your body. Meanwhile, they can't control any of their own proclivities. They want to transform America into a Christian nationalist nation so that they can control your sexual behavior, yet many of them themselves are sexual deviants, or they're covering up for them. Do not take what I'm saying as an attack on all Baptists, because I am myself a missionary Baptist. Don't take what I'm saying as an attack on all Catholics. I genuinely appreciate much of Catholic teaching, especially Catechism 108. Don't take what I'm saying as an attack on all Mormons, because one scripture I could stand on is the book of Jacob, chapter 2, verse 9. You should look it up. But you absolutely can take this as an attack on the religious men of these institutions who are guilty of or complicit with or actively cover up the abuse, the systematic abuse of children and women, so prevalent that they now have to offer church child station insurance. You heard me right. You have the nerve to present yourself as a moral authority because you oppose same-sex marriage. Meanwhile, you are covering up or actively participating in the abuse of children. At least they are consenting adults. You have the nerve to present yourself as a moral authority because you oppose abortion. Meanwhile, you actively participate in or cover up the assault of women. And I have to ask the question, how much of your church salaries have gone to pay for an abortion so that you can cover up your crime and your sin? Jesus warned about this exact type of thing in the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 6, where he said, it's better for you to tie a millstone around your neck and cast yourself into the sea versus being someone who causes these little ones to stumble. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, warns against shepherds who actively harm their flocks. And these religious men have the nerve to try to tell someone how they should live their sexual lives. These religious men believe they have the authority, the divine authority, the moral authority to seize power in the United States of America so that they can tell you what you can and cannot do with your bodies. Men who have no control over their own bodies, men who have no control over their own proclivities, men who cannot follow 1 Corinthians 9:27, where it teaches us that we must bring ourselves under subjection, lest we become a castaway. We must have discipline, lest we become a castaway. No, 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 no. Until such time as you have rid your institutions of this systematic and sadistic sin culture, until such time as you have removed and purged all of these files and perverts, until such time you have no moral authority upon which you can stand or from which you can speak or from which you can tell anyone how to live their life. Until such time you have no theological authority upon which you can stand or from which you can speak. And you certainly have no spiritual authority upon which you can stand or from which you can speak. And I know all of the Theo bros are going to be like, who does this guy think he is? Good question. I'm glad you asked. I ain't nobody, but I know better.